We are joined by Adam Ward. Good morning, Adam.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon now.
Yes,
absolutely.
Just good to be here.
Tell us what we expect to see after we speak to Michelle.
Well, it's just the different spectre of the sales, really. You know, you can go and spend whatever million price on a horse, but at the same time, if it gets to it's not going to get to the track necessarily in one piece and be as good as a horse which is bought for about 50,000, 10,000, or even 3,000, as Miracle of Medina's proved this year for Mark Usher.
And we're now going to sort of look at horses that you can get for 1,000, 2,000.
Little amounts of money on the scale of things. When you're paying 5 million, you can have your own stable. Or,
I mean, hopefully we'll play this video and you can talk us through. This is Mark.
Last Sunday, Mark Usher had his annual yearling parade, as he does every year. He had 4 colts this year and 4 fillies. Really, what it is everyone really wants a horse for the classic season. You know, they want to run in the Guineas, the Derby. That's why they spend all this money, to get the best pedigrees. But for people who can't afford it, they go have a little bit lower and hope to get lucky. So, for example, Mark last year had Miracle of Medina, went on to win 4 races, including a listed race and a Group 3, for only £3,000. And obviously has given its syndicate members a lot of fun, because obviously they can't compete financially like the sheikhs can. But
looking at a horse there, I mean, obviously Tom and yourself, what was the kind of thing you look for?
Well, obviously, not being an expert on it, but it's just more really... You can only get pedigrees only so much, but the horse has to look athletic, has to walk well. Just have
these been named yet?
These haven't been named at all yet,
right,
no.
Okay.
There's just 8 new yearlings. This one is by Bahamian Bounty. It was bought for £12,000. He's a colt. Like I said, he looks quite precocious. And in terms, when I say that, obviously they've got an early birth date, so they'll be looking to get on the course as a 2-year-old.
It'll probably be quite a speedy sort, that one.
Yeah,
thought,
like I said, Bahamian Bounty's been a good sire of quite a lot of black-type horses, actually. So you'd be quite hopeful. But like I said, there's just no guarantee, however much money you spend, how good the pedigree is, that the horse will even get on the racetrack. For example, last year, the biggest horse for the most amount of money that was bought was Hydrogen of Peter Chapel-Hymes. Now, that was £2.5 million and was a record last year. It's now the following year, October. He hasn't even run as a 2-year-old yet.
Okay, let's talk about this one.
This Rip Van Winkle, we're just talking about first season sires. He'll be a first season sire in 2014. This was a £20,000 purchase for an owner in Pakistan. Like I said, very nice pedigree. Some Rip Van Winkles were going for 300,000, so 20,000 he could be a snip. But like, he's got quite a late foaling date, this one, so I'd probably say he'd be towards the end of next year as a 2-year-old, more of a 3-year-old type. Yeah, he's got a bit of filling out to do, as Tom says, and he looks like he'll be like a nice 3-year-old type. But like I said, taking a chance on first season sires. For example, Rip Van Winkle, if he has a good year next year, that price could go through the roof. But if he doesn't do well, he could be binned and not be popular. And you know,
I suppose when you it's a risk you take, isn't it?
Exactly, it's the risk you take. That's why, although the sheikhs can afford to spend 5 million, the Magnias.
There's another one coming up here.
This one was £1,000 for a colt. Obviously, you know, he hasn't got the most gleaming coat, but he's out of a 5-time winning dam. Avonbridge, he's not a popular stallion at the moment, but he has produced plenty of winners. So, you know, for a partnership, taking a risk on a grand with a horse and hoping to get lucky, you know, you can't really go wrong in that respect.
I think there's one more that we'll see in a second. I mean, there's some really nice looking horses, especially the one just before this one.
The Rip Van Winkle, 20,000.
Yeah, absolutely. And when they go to auction, is it? I mean, I suppose it's not a risk. What happens to these horses though if you spent 1,000 and you know it doesn't even make the race course? Presumably, someone comes in, looks after the horse, whatever. Yeah,
like I said, racehorses who don't make it into racing, there are other career options for them. Like I said, a horse I was involved in, Ridgeway Sapphire, she's been retired. She wasn't the greatest racehorse, but now she's going to be retrained in dressage in Wales. So hopefully she can take to that second career. But as young stock, you know, some people are patient with them. Some people want to get them going straight away. And you know, I think the great thing.
Would it be owner pressure to say, look, run the horse? Are these bred for the
majority of these horses will be 2-year-olds, out and out 2-year-olds, because as Mark runs his partnerships, you have to deliver early. It's all about the 2-year-old career, make or break. Some owners will be patient and say, right, we'll have another season at 3. But
so when you're looking at the breeding, you have to look specifically for a 2-year-old, so sprinter in the main.
If you're looking at the early part of the season, then yes, but towards the end. But like I say, most of these partnerships are about getting out early, so it would be early, precocious 2-year-olds you are looking for.
Right. Tom, have you ever got a view?
No, I think it's quite interesting, as you say.
Captain Gerald, sorry, let's just have a...
Captain Gerald's a very speedy sire.
Had a good first year last year.
Had a very good first year. And, you know, what you might notice, the reason why some of these horses are going for a little cheaper is there's not much pedigree on the dam side. Right. You know, when there's not much pedigree on the dam side, all you're doing is taking a slightly bigger chance that he hasn't inherited a great racing pedigree. But you know, if he is like his sire, anything like Captain Gerald, you know, you've got a Group 1 horse.
This filly here in shot now, she only cost £1,000. So
right, okay.
Looks nice. Looks
lightly
a lot
framed.
more. Lightly framed. Like I said, she'll have to do a little bit of filling out, but her pedigree suggests that she'll be an early two.
And then the final one, I think, is...
This Monsieur Bond filly.
Lovely-looking horse.
She's actually related to a full sister winner called Miss Moneypenny. So obviously the first foals are usually a little bit small. I'm not too keen on them, but this one being the second foal, she's got a lot going for her. This last one, Camacho, again, this one cost £4,000 at Doncaster Bloodstock Sales.
Camacho's been successful, isn't he, this year as well?
He's sort of been
a weather, potentially?
Like I said, when you buy some of these cheap horses, the worry is that, you know, if they don't work out, you are probably going to end up at Wolverhampton on a Saturday night. There's no getting away from that.
But a win's a win.
A win's a win, you know.
Tuesday night more likely, isn't it?
Tuesday night, yeah, Saturday night.
Well, no doubt Billy will be studying the form on those horses now. I'm working at a Grand National winner there in 10 years' time, Billy.
I did like a few of them, so if all my big ones win, I might be talking to you about one of those cheaper ones.
I'll get you a good deal.
Excellent.
I mean, on that point, on syndications, you know, we've talked at the high level, and just to let viewers know, we'll talk about the Racing Post Trophy probably after the break, and that's coming up because it's quite a fascinating insight into trainers. In relation to syndications, how does it work for a trainer like Mark? And we hear all the stories. It's very difficult because obviously, you know, training fees and everything like that. How does the syndication work, especially with Mark?
Well, really, obviously, it's about spreading the cost and sharing it out, because obviously keeping a horse in training can range from about 16 grand to 25 grand, varying on the trainer. But obviously, when there's so many people involved, obviously people have their own opinion and voices, and it's just sort of about getting one person to sort of be the voice of everyone and that things run smoothly. Like I said, every sort of partnership has someone who's nominated to be sort of head, and obviously when there's 20 people calling Mark's office saying, oh, I want the horse to go here, and he wouldn't have time to train. So.
Yeah. I mean,